Hello, welcome back everybody. I lost the stream, blah blah blah. Sorry about that. Phone died and overheated all in the same go. Play it and bear with me. I gotta get things straightened up again. Get out of here. Didn't realize that it was dying. The phone died and it's like, what the heck? So bear with me. We'll get things back on track. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're back. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. Fireside Chat Part 2. Got to keep this thing rolling. Get everybody back in here. Go tell everybody come back. Now, I don't blame you if you left. So what happened was my phone not only overheated, but when my dog knocked the tripod over, I thought it was plugged in, and it was not. And I didn't realize that. And I had it plugged into my box that it loosened it up because it didn't do anything. So it's all right. We're back. We're going to have fun. Hey, D-Man. You just getting off from work. So this is the party after the party, guys. I guess the other one wasn't just not supposed to be. But thank you to Garrett for rating the previous. Appreciate that a whole lot. Hopefully we can keep this one going for a little bit longer. I'm not ready to go to bed yet. Just the way it works sometimes. Gotta love modern technology.
Yeah.
What?
The water I just gave you,
Yeah.
it has some hydration juice too.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, that's what's going on, guys. Phone overheated and was not ready. Now I got it just straight plugged in. It should be all right. We'll be fine. Cool. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Shane, those are actually cicadas. The really loud ones are cicadas, and then you got crickets in the background behind them. Every now and then you'll hear an owl. Oh, we've had owls. We've saved possums. All kinds of critters. Raccoons running around. We got deer sometimes out in the pasture. You'll hear them.
And also trains and also C-130s.
Yeah. So you haven't had a chance, I don't think. Those of you that are coming back in, I appreciate you coming back. Appreciate it tremendously. We do have C-130s that fly over, compliments of the United States Air Force Base out of Little Rock. C-130s have always been a part of the Fireside Chat. I'm going to miss them when we go down to Hot Springs, but it'll be all right. There'll be other sights and sounds and craziness going on down there.
That is one thing I'm gonna miss that.
Yep, C-130. Man, we're gonna miss the airplane.
It's just looking up and seeing them flying.
The planes. Hedgehogs, man, I've always wanted to mess around with a hedgehog. I think they're so fun. They're so cute. But welcome back, everybody. This is the party after the party, part 2 of the Fireside Chat. That is like the first time that has ever actually happened. I've always been able to catch it because I usually run my stream right down. I'll charge my battery on the phone and I can get 3 or 4, 5 hours out of it, and then I'll plug it in and we'll go all night long. But that was the first time that it actually overheated and the battery was dead. and trying to get it cooled off and get it plugged back in. And
You want me to put some more on the fire?
yeah, throw a big one of them big logs. I want to get it, save these little ones because that's my ring. Yeah, you can put one of the big ones on. That'd be great. But anyway, so this is the party after the party, if you will. No, over there, big log, big log. Yeah, one of those. Holly, mouth, be quiet. Yeah, I am about 16 miles off the runway, Jacksonville, Arkansas. It's Little Rock. It's Little Rock Air Force Base. Yeah, the fire. It's hot. It's a hot fire. We got logs, man. I got logs. Oh, I got firewood. I've got to get this burned up before we move. Yeah, if you doze off, that's cool. I've done that a time or two. Just get your rest. This is not a priority to be here. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate Garrett for rating the stream earlier. Meant a lot to me. Big boost for the channel. Thank you for all the likes and the subscribes on the last stream. That was kind of impressive. That was that, guys. That literally was the largest amount I've ever had in a fireside chat ever. So mark it down. You guys made history on the channel, and we gained a few subscribers, which I really appreciate that as well. Because we don't get a lot of folks. Usually my fireside chats, there'll be 10, 15 of us in here, and we just have us a good old time. I wouldn't put no more on. You can put that one on. That'd be it for right now. Yeah, I don't put no more on because that stuff will blaze here shortly. But we just have a good time. I mean, this is what it's designed for, is to just sit down and have a talk, have a conversation, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Mm-hmm. And that's a small one. That's a small log. Oh, we've had bigger. We've had bigger.
Yeah, but I'm not doing no big ones there.
Oh, right on. Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you, Papa John, for rating Storm Runner Media. Appreciate that. Appreciate that ton. Glad to have you guys. Sorry to hear that, Lisa. I know about fibromyalgia and osteoarthritis. I've known several people to have all of that. That ain't no fun. Glad to have you all here. Welcome back, welcome back. Like I said, my moderators are in the chat, but they are off duty. Oh, you did. My alarm system. Lori, my phone overheated and actually I didn't know it, but the battery it died. My phone died, so I've got it directly hooked up, connected. We're back. We're back. Part 2. Glad you came back. It happens. I stream off an iPhone and it loves to overheat. So if it does it again, give me a few minutes. I'm letting it charge up. Hopefully it won't do it again. But if it does, it'll just circle around. I lost the stream. You've got like 3 or 4 minutes to get the stream back, and it just took way longer. I couldn't get everything hooked back up in time.
There's your fire.
Hey, Candace. Welcome in. Good to have you. No, you didn't break. Well, you broke Well, no, you guys didn't break anything. It was my phone. My phone was just kind of crapped out on me. Like I said, it overheated, and then when my pup got tangled up in my cord trying to say hi to me, I didn't realize that it wasn't fully connected, so it just died. The phone actually died, um, but we got it all back. Right on, Shane. Appreciate you. Yeah, 9:40. Yeah, it's only 10:40 here, so not bad, not bad.
I'm off tomorrow.
And you're off tomorrow.
And,
Sweet.
and Sunday.
Oh, nice. Get some rest. You're gonna need it.
And then I'm mid shift Monday, and then I'm opening Tuesday.
Ooh, nice. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Well, feel free to lurk all you want. Ooh, that might get a little warm. Still toasty out here, guys. Whew. 5 o'clock in the morning, you're watching a fire? Crazy girl. Craziness. I do have my Mountain Dew, guys. Sit back and relax and enjoy the stream jumping chat. Let's talk about something crazy. What do y'all want to talk about? Yeah. How often am I live? To be quite honest with you, whenever I'm chasing, I will throw a live stream together. I have put live stream chase together in 5 minutes, totally unannounced, and been on tornado warning storms in the process. Usually, a fireside chat. I try to have them at least once or twice a month. Due to the extreme heat, I have not been able to this summer. This is like the first one I've had in probably a month, maybe two,
Yeah.
probably a month or two since we got back from Pennsylvania. This is the first one I've had, I think, since we got back from Pennsylvania a month ago. Due to burn bans and stuff like that, I got to play by the rules. But yeah, I try to do them, especially after big events, weather events. I like to throw one up, and like I said, this is totally designed for as a decompression chamber, because if you're watching a live streamer, I don't care who it is, they get into some pretty intense stuff that is kind of mind-blowing. It can be very stressful. This was the whole thing behind the fireside chat was realistically, you want to pull that hose back so it don't melt. Was designed to have the moderators, to come in and decompress. As a moderator, unless you're a moderator, you wouldn't really understand what we go through, because we're there for the channel, and we see a lot of things, and we're constantly busy, popping trolls and stuff like that. But when you're watching the stream and they're in a tornado, in a situation, it can be very stressful on a moderator. And so this was totally designed for that, as well as other, just general public come in, jump in, chat, talk about whatever. And so, that's I do it when I'm able to. Obviously, I work 40 hours, and so I will try to plan one out and try to get it all organized. And sometimes I have little things that I pop in and do, special events like 4th of July and stuff like that. So, Lane asked a question. Have I seen any of the films of the UFOs that the government has released? Yes, I have. I pay very close attention to that. I also keep up with the national headlines. And I will tell you, and I'm being very open and very candid, what you're seeing, what they're releasing, is nothing out of the ordinary. They're not showing us everything. I'm going to tell you that now. They're releasing things, yes, but they're not releasing. Oh, Ryan, do me a favor, go get me the bug spray that's on the other side of the walk over there, please. I'm going to need it. Mosquitoes are starting to come out. It's on the other. It's on the next to the house up, right. It's on the ground. Other side. Fell down over there. And what I've seen is nothing short of nothing that I haven't seen already. Just being very candid. You just Marcy, I have not. I have talked to Marcy every now and then. She's dealing with a bunch of stuff right now on her own accord, and she's doing all right. She just needs some time, kind of on her own a little bit. Marcy is A-okay. Guys, I'm gonna get some bug spray on before I get ate up. Too bad. So be right back. Right. Look out, Bob. Move, Rose. So if the dogs start barking, that's because there's something out there they're chasing. Ooh, where are we at? What'd I miss? What'd I miss? What'd I miss?
Ollie?
Yeah, the jab. Talking about that, I'm gonna jump in on that one real quick. I am glad to see Fauci getting his just reward for what he's done, because he really screwed up a whole lot of people. I almost lost my job. Ooh, where'd that wind come from? I almost lost my job because of that. Thank God I
Good
didn't.
what?
Huh?
Good
The jab.
what?
Getting the jab. So, talking about that, do you guys remember the truckers convoy? Way back a long time ago. Yeah, we were actually part of the convoy. That was kind of cool. But anyway,
That was back in 23.
back in 23, you bet. Yeah, if you're, the jab was the vaccine. Everybody had to get vaccinated, or I mean, we had a thing about it was we had to get vaccinated or take a leave of absence. It's like, whatever. So I will be honest. I got my first round and I quit after that. And all I needed was my card saying I did it, and they let me work. But yeah, it was a big mess. They're finding out now that it was a joke. Yes, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
Shoot, I know people that had the vaccine and they still got COVID.
Yep. So, I do keep up on what's going on in our world. I'm very knowledgeable about what's going on, because when all of that was going on, I mean, yeah, it was all scary and all of that, and it was really weird, and it's just something we got to learn and get over, and in effect, ways it affected me, in a lot of ways, and I know it is still doing damage to this day. because they rushed into something that they did not know anything about. And I'll leave it there. I'm not going to get into it because I do know what was happening was very rushed. There was, it was a political thing. It was very short of getting rid of people um, and calling it something. You know, my personal opinion, take it for what it is. I have some very, very strong views on that. And I'm not afraid to say it. They were wrong, way wrong. Hang on. You hear it? We hear something, guys. So when we get quiet like that, it's because we hear something outside of the fence or something. I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of cool. We got an owl in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear the owl. He's kind of way back there. uh, yep, yep. There's a whole lot. I agree. I agree. Like I said, there is more to it, and more is going to be exposed as time goes on. Because here's the deal: the truth will always come forth. You might be able to lie about something. You might think you're going to get away with it, but in the end game, the truth will always be exposed. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. And I think we're starting to see that truth being, that the lies that are being exposed across the board. And I'm talking way deep. Yeah. Keep your messages to a couple sentences, and you'll be fine. Yeah, I thought there's an owl off to the left of the screen. I could hear him. He just sounded off. We got barred owls out here, and they're kind of cool. But yeah, we'll hear owls every now and then. We'll hear coyotes in the distance. Got a train in the background. Yeah, it's all fun out here. And I live literally. I'm on the county line, 2 blocks away from these city limits, and basically we're in the country. It's kind of cool. Yeah, Julie, that's what I say is I'm pretty sure he's going to get nailed, and I hope he does. I really do. I'm sorry. Like I said, my views. If you're watching this, take whatever you want. You know, those of us that know, and me personally, I've had enough of this crap about all of the lies and all of the backstabbing and all of that. And, not that I agree with my president 110%, but by God, he's doing something, and they're taking names and kicking ass. you know, call it what you will. I've known a lot of, I've had personal friends that passed away from COVID. There's way more to it than what was being told to us at that particular time. And it's sad. It's sad.
That sounded like it was metal on metal.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That could have been them over there doing something, but there's a barred owl back there.
I heard it.
He's not real far away, but he's not real close either. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And I did make sure that both the phones were off.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah. Yeah, I was saddened You know, be honest with you, I didn't really know who Charlie Kirk was. I'd heard of him. I'd heard of his group, you know, but I never really paid attention to it. But you know, whenever there's a loss of life like that, it hurt. I mean, it struck deep. Could be, Lori. You could be onto something there. I mean, you know, when they call it ADD or something like that, and they put them on Ritalin right away. Yeah, my son's ADHD. He's autistic, and they tried to put him on Ritalin. We put him on for a little bit. We took him right off of it. I mean, he's just like, no, I don't need this. I said, okay, then you need to control it, and he learned to control it. And so, yeah, there's a lot of drugs out there that are messing people up, and they tried to put me on gabapentin for I was having indigestion, and I got on. I took the gabapentin, and it started messing with me. And I mean, it was bad messing with me. And I took myself off it. Guess what? I don't have those problems no more. Hello. Yeah, not everything that they give you is actually good for you. Alrighty, D-Man, no problem. No problem. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Basically, Elaine's saying she got some bigger critters than I got. Yep, Rich, I totally agree. You know, and that's the thing is people didn't realize that they had a live virus and they had a placebo virus vaccine. Depends on which one you got. Yeah, that's what they didn't tell you. The things they didn't tell you. It's kind of scary. When you really look at it, you really dive in. It's scary stuff. It is very scary stuff. Now we got 16 folks in here. Hey. Really? Well, I gotta. Shane, I'll fix all of that. I gotta jump in. I'll work on that tomorrow. So before Shane was timed out, I'm going to read what he said. It says, the only thing I take is Ambien due to working the first half of my railroad career overnight, 2100 to 10. Had to learn to sleep during the day. No, I totally get that. You know, I totally understand that. Yeah, and I don't understand it. I have not messed with anything. The only thing that I accidentally did was I actually deleted some of the mods by accident. Julie was one of them. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, one should not do that. Exactly. You'll get popped. So yeah, we've pretty much done everything during a fireside chat. Guys, we rescued a possum that got stuck in my garbage can one night. Another time we had a police presence in my neighborhood, just over off the freeway there. Had actually a couple convicted felons that were wanted for murder in Little Rock. Tried to escape and ended up having like God, I don't remember. We had 17, 20. We had about 25 uh, we had state troopers, sheriffs, everybody, FBI, were all involved. Casey, get out of there. Get out of there. It's too hot for you. Get over there. Nope, nope. Lay down. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. And so we went on an adventure with that. We've done some fun stuff. Felt kind of fun. What I love about doing late night stuff is you never know what's going to happen. You never know. All right, buddy. I'm glad you're out here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. Yes, they were very fine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. They had the drones out. It was pretty freaking cool. Well, my son, because while we were gone that night, my son actually heard something over by my fence line, and it was one of the guys trying to cut through my yard, through my pasture, and about ready to beat the shit out of him. To be honest with you. So we ended up getting a hold of the sheriff, and they come down and talked to us, and he gave his statement and that. And next thing I know, man, we got like 3 or 4 drones flying over our house. Like, this is pretty cool. I told him, I said, man, I'm doing a fireside. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. And he goes, no, you're fine. I told him straight up. I said, if I see anything or hear anything, and they come on my property, I'm taking them out. He goes, you have every right to do that. And he goes, just do me a favor. When you do take them out, call me. He gave me his number and all that. It's kind of fun. But yeah, you never know. You never know. Mm. Yep. Bring the shovel, guys. That's it. Wow. Oops, sorry, Holly. Sorry, Holly bugs. You guys are just enjoying it out here, aren't you? You guys are just having a good old time. It's actually kind of cooled down. It's not as hot as it was. That fire's hot, but it's not as hot as it was at 8 o'clock. That's for sure. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy. Well, this is very low key. Another low key night. We've had some pretty interesting nights. We've had some pretty wild nights. But I prefer their low key. Um, and that. Really, Lane, I find that interesting. Sinkholes, huh? Because we usually in Arkansas you don't see too many sinkholes. That's kind of weird. That's really weird. Maybe starting to wake up underneath because there's a big cave system up in that area. I do know that. That might be what's causing it, is those caves are starting to collapse. Something's causing it. Be interesting to find out. I'm beginning to wonder if the C-130s are done for the night. It is 11 o'clock. It should be done. should be done for the night. Yeah, take me to the train station. Yep. Good old Yellowstone. I'll tell you what, Wyoming is about like that. And they don't take shit from nobody. They're very tight to themselves. Whole different world living up there. I've lived up there 6 years. Whole different breed of people up there. Patriots. A lot of patriots up there. Just saying. Hmm. Man, yeah, I'm feeling for the UK. I don't know. They kind of went to the dark side, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the government, probably not the people. I should probably rephrase that. The government has gone totally crap. My question is how much longer can Iran do its thing? they, they are getting wiped out. Call the wee-woos. Right. That's funny. Keep it up. Yep. Yeah, so Elaine got timed out. I gotta fix that. I should just take that off paragraph thing. I could do that real quick. Hang on. Let me go. I don't know if I can fix it or not. I think I can. I'm gonna go see if I can fix that paragraph thing real quick. Hang on, guys. Don't type anything more than one line sentences for a minute. See if I can fix that paragraph thing. We will see. We will see. We will see. But let's see. What? Where'd it go? Commands. Let's see, it's not there. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to fix that. Where's it at, guys? Where's it at? No, it's not there. Alright, that ain't it. Bear with me. I'm trying to fix something. And it's not letting me fix it. Oh, I don't know. Agents. That. Chat box. Their box. Not that. Not that. Not that. Ain't none of that. Hang on, guys. May not allow me to fix that right now. I bet I gotta be on my computer to do it. Timers, quotes, queue, loyalty polls, betting, giveaways. Not doing any of that. Wasn't that? Wouldn't that? Ah, there I found it. Paragraph. All right. I disabled the paragraph. You guys should not get timed out anymore. What? But I'm pretty sure I might save that. All right. So I've disabled it. All right. I'm back. Finally found it. Shane's having fun with Sparky. Sparky's giving him a here too and a how come. Interesting. So as you can tell, it's pretty quiet. Other than a few, because I live really close to I-57 now, you'll hear trucks. Every now and then, when there's a train going, you'll hear the trains. But other than that, man, it's all about the critters. It's all about the creatures. Yep. So, Elaine, did you get any rain up there today? When I saw we were in that little 2% or whatever it was, I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna get nothing. Because we were only supposed to get wind, and we didn't even get any wind today. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I didn't think today was gonna be very big. Just from here in Arkansas, they were calling for it. I was like, nah, it ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, you guys got quite a bit Wednesday. Let me look and see because I found. Let me look and see. Jonesboro. Oh, it's 92 degrees and feels like 99 out here. Great. Yeah. See, we got a 20% chance of thunderstorms tonight. It says chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Guys, I got maybe a few clouds over top of me. And thunderstorms between 1 and 2, then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms between 2 and 3, partly cloudy, and then after that it ain't gonna do nothing. We don't have any rain in sight. all the way through next Friday. And guys, I have there's an app out there, and you can get it it's on Android, and I'm pretty sure it's on iPhone as well. It's just called simply WX. Um, and you can type in your towns and that. It gives you all your local weather. It comes straight out of the National Weather Service. It's got the SPC and all of the other little things that can possibly be out there. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be all in Kentucky and Tennessee and all of that. And then it shoves off to the east. And let's see, that would be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's going to be a little spot up in looks like North Dakota, Wisconsin, up in that area. Other than that, ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening. Yeah, they missed it pretty good. Today was kind of a wash. I mean, there was a couple tornado warnings, but yeah, they're just something missing. Something missing. All it was. Holly, push. Um, oh boy. Yeah. Funny how our bodies, things we used to do when we were younger, and it catches up to you nowadays. It's like, oh, killer. You've got a 75% chance? You lucky duck. Hmm. Oh wow, really? To the northwest of you, that'd be up in Missouri. Let's see what's going on. Let's go take a gander at it. I'm curious because, you know, it is. Okay, so the only rain, now realistically, the only rain is in Russellville and up just south of Mountain Home and to the east in Salem. Everything's headed towards Cherokee Village, Nash Flat, and all of that. And then up in Missouri, there's still some stuff going on up there. A little bit, not much. Oh yeah, I mean, where you're at, yeah, you might see some stuff, Elaine. I know where you're at, but it's just to the west of Cherokee Village is this little cell, little bubbler. Not doing a whole lot. Nothing severe warm. So be what it is. If it could get down to us, I'd be just tickled to death. But these storms are moving probably very slow. Oh, 40 mile an hour. Might be. If we start getting some rain, man, we'll play in it. Go dance in it. Hmm. Yeah, good night. Good night, Lisa. Great to have you here. I'm glad you jumped in the chat. we'll be praying for you, most definitely. Okay, yeah, the Jonesboro, yeah, yeah, they're pretty on top of it. Yeah, I like them guys up there. They're cool. Oh, hey, by the way, Max Velocity was in Arkansas last week, visiting with our boys here. They just started up a new thing, um, Arkansas Weather Network. Hang on, let me go. I gotta go look again. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Who are they? Scooby Doo, Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas Weather Network. Great bunch of guys. I know Blaze. Worked with Blaze quite a bit. So if you're in Arkansas, they're good to have. They came down. Max actually came down and talked to one of the guys that's with them for whatever. I don't know what they were talking about, but kind of cool. No, thank you, Lisa, for joining us tonight. This is what this stream is all about, is being very relaxed, calming down, getting, you know, the decompression. Long day at work, rough day at work. Yeah, come in and we take care of the rest. Sometimes it's a party. Sometimes it's just chill, relaxing, however it flows. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, I'm not that mean guy that you see on Stormrunner Media's mod. As a mod, I'm actually a nice guy. I'm very chill, very relaxed. Take care of my peeps, my peoples. Yeah, and sometimes it's just very relaxing. Just sit and listen to the nature around. The crickets and the cicadas, and just soak it in and go with it. That's what makes it so peaceful. Is you know, it is late at night. I have neighbors around. They're not too far. They cannot hear me, guaranteed. Um, Unless my dog starts barking, but that's okay too, because hey, it's a weekend, um, and I'm okay with it. But that's what I love about doing these, especially on a Friday. I try not to do them unless I really need to. If I do, I'll go in the house. But yeah, nobody out here to bother me. They can't see it. They don't care about the fire. They know I keep good fire, and they don't mess with me too much. Yeah, we're busy going after trolls. Man, they've been hot and heavy lately. I don't know what's going on. Do not know what's going on. Crazy. I love it. I think as a moderator and on this channel, a couple of other ones that I help out. You get these people, and it always makes you wonder. What are they doing? What is their motive behind it? Is it for disruption? Okay, click. See ya. You know, and there was one person in the chat that I know I personally timed out last time uh, Garrett had a stream, and they come back and called me on it. I was like, well, if you don't screw up and screw it around, you don't have to worry about it. Little did they know I was about to chuck them out again. Be right back, guys. I gotta fix this fire. Something fell over there. Look out, baby. Yeah, see? Yeah, that fire is a scorcher on that other side. Wow. Whack-a-Troll team, that's right. I love playing Whack-a-Troll. And I'm even getting it's kind of fun because you call them out. You know, hey, just so you know, I'm gonna do this. See ya, boop. You know, but it just really makes me wonder what their motives are. You know, and I know a lot of them are bots and they don't really care, but some of them, there's people behind those, and I think they just like to do it just to piss people off. It's like whatever. So if you're in the chat and there's a lot of trolls, don't let them piss you off. Have fun with them. Call them out. And then let the moderators take care of them. Because I'll let them go for a little bit, you know, not to piss anybody off in the chat, but I'll let them go for a little bit, thinking they're going to get away with something. And then there's your one and final warning: knock it off. Then they do it again, and boop. Hey, Rain, welcome in. Good to have you here. Huh? Really? I did not know that, Elaine. That would be fun to go to. Ah, Elaine, that would be a hoot. Yeah, Tammy, I agree. They're special people that need attention. Sorry, not gonna happen. Oh, nice breeze. Ooh, that feels good. Oh yeah, Rich has fun with trolls. I've watched him in action before. It's pretty funny. It is. It is kind of funny. And you know, if you were in Garrett's stream earlier today, I wasn't taking crap from nobody, man. I'm going to time your butt out. I don't care. You know, and you get that way. You know, when it's repetition, you get one after another, and it's finally I'm not putting up with this crap. Boop, you're done. Boop, you're done. See ya. Then you start having fun with it because it does. Because you try to give people a chance. I always try to give people a chance to correct what they're doing. If it's an all caps thing, I'll say, hey, take these. I'm gonna close it out. But hey, watch the all caps. And if they keep doing it, oh yeah, it's game on, baby. What are the two lights in the middle of the view, just to the upper left of the fire, if you don't mind? Those are actually two green lights on a house. They're I want to say they're just lights on the house. The white one is the back porch light for that house. Big house. It's kind of cool looking. That's all those are. Oh, I started. Yeah. There, my patience was pretty low today usually, but I started having fun with it. I was like, yeah, wow, I love playing Whack-a-Troll because you're there for a reason. Moderators are there for a reason, and keep chat safe and sane, and it should be a safe place. And here's what it is. Kudos to all moderators that are in this chat. You guys are rock stars. The unsung heroes of a stream are your moderators, and they never get enough praise. They really don't. And every um, moderator is handpicked for reasons, whatever the owner of the channel, sees fit. Um, you know, they're there to do a job, and they do it well for that channel. Oh yeah, I'm blind. I love the blind one. I can't see. It's like, okay, well, sorry. The one I like is when they come in and they say, they say hi, and they act all innocent, and then they start spamming. It's like, dude, really? And you try to give them a chance. I always try to give them a chance. Hey, quit the spamming. Click, click, click. Delete the messages out. This is like your final warning. I'm gonna put the rules up. Rules are there for a reason. If you can't follow them, boop. See ya. Spammer, whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Usually, Elaine, when I get to that point, that's when I get up and walk away for a little bit, come outside, smoke a cigarette, and calm down a little bit, because they'll get on your nerves, and they do it on purpose. And then it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm here to have fun, keep things going and rolling as much as I possibly can, and that, and, you know, then I just start calling them out. See, yeah, and unfortunately that does happen. And you know, I don't have an answer for that at all. Um, that's why I let people kind of do what they want to do, but when it comes over and over and over and over and over and over, like a one word spam, that's spamming, trying to take up the chat, you know, see where they're at. Yeah, right, Rich? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trolls. Yep. That's why they're trolls. Hey, Beer Goggle. Welcome in. Yeah, we're talking about trolls. Yep, we have fun. It's fun. Got a lot of moderators in here, former moderators. So yeah, we're gonna talk about trolls. Yeah. Anybody? Here's the thing. Anybody that tax the storm chaser or whoever I'm moderating for, tax anybody in chat. That's instant gone. You're done. You don't get a first chance. You're toast. Up in flames. Gone. You don't get a reprieve. And I'll be honest, as a streamer, anybody that's ever banned on my channel, I know exactly who they are, and I'm like, yep, and if you think that moderators don't talk to each other, oh, they are sadly mistaken, because I know on my chat, my moderators, we have a moderator chat, and I know Stormrunner Media does. You know, we get in, we talk about who's who and what's going on, especially for, you know, if we got to leave or something, say, hey, you know, we're leaving for a little bit. Watch out for this, you know, these guys, and go to town. Yep. Yep. The disrespect, there will be no disrespecting. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing. You will get popped. And it's vital, you know, if you watch enough, even not even other live streams, you know, jump in them. You'll see what happens real quick. I've been on some weather channels, and like, you know, and they're especially these folks that are new to streaming and they don't know, um, they need moderators. Moderators are the key to your success. And if you're not, you know, if you don't have them when you're starting, you need at least one or two. That's all you need. Because chances are you're not going to have, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 500, 600 people in your chat, you know. But you still need a moderator in there just to keep the tone, because when people, when they see the wrench pop in, it's like, oh, okay, there is somebody here. And I've been in, you know, I do a lot of lurking. I mean, I'm watching, and they're like, there's no moderators in here. It's like a free for all. And go, I'm here, just because I'm not in the chat all the time. Um, you know, and we always have somebody in the chat and a couple lurking to catch, you know, kind of the backup. So yeah, you gotta, it's planned. Trust me. Mm. Sorry to hear that, Beer Gobble. Well, I hope you're. I figured by now we'd be in a burn ban, but we're not. We're not in a burn ban. It's been humid enough. We've not been in a burn ban yet. We're getting there. Our drought is bad. Oh man, it's getting bad. This wood is so dry right now. I throw another log on it and it'd be scorching here pretty soon. Yeah, that's true, Rich. A lot of channels actually um, end up failing because they've chosen, you know, the wrong moderator. Something's going on with, you know, the moderator drone. You know, I've been attacked, and I remember one time I was in a chat, and they were being stupid in chat, and they came back at me on social media. They got a hold of me somehow on social media. They found me and just started raising hell with me. And I was like, you know what? I ain't giving you the time of day. And I was like, listen, this is the way it was. This is what happened. Da 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 da. And you know, and they ended up going to the owner of the channel, and the owner of the channel said, that's why they're a moderator. And you listen to them. Banned for life. I mean, you know, it's that simple. But, you know, it's like, geez, what crawled up their ass? You know, and it bothered me. And so I got in our group chat and for that channel, and I was like, this is what's going on? And I've just been attacked. And you know, I let the owner know, and they got a hold of him and said, you know what? You deserve it. Boop. But, mm, Yeah, exactly. That is a very good point, Rich. You pick you pick your team very carefully. Um, you got to they got to be able to work together. They got to know, you know, how you operate because everybody operates differently at at different levels and stuff like that. And it's you pick and choose your team very very carefully. Um, the one thing that I look at when I'm out picking moderators, and I'm gonna be honest, I had to downsize a little bit just because my channel is not that big, and and I do it very nicely and say, hey, I gotta cut back. I'm not doing that much. I don't need 15 moderators now. Um, okay, cool, no problem. But you pick your moderators. One of the things that I look at is I will pick a moderator when I see how many times they're in a chat. You know, are they there consistently? Are they helping in chat when I'm out on a chase? You know, not so much in a fireside, but are they? You know, do they meet the standards that I've set forth? You know, I will go and ask my other moderators, hey, what do you think of this person? What do you think of that person? And they're like, yeah, that'd be all right. And that's the way you should do. You should be able to, as a stream owner, you need to be able to talk to your people. You know, get their ideas because they might see something that you don't as a live streamer. Um, and I do that quite a bit. I'll jump in my mod chat and say, hey, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Keeping up and all of that. Yeah, trolls have many accounts, and you certain as a as a moderator and a stream owner, you tend to learn who they are because the thing about the trolls that have the 50 some accounts that trying to bash you, what they don't realize is they will come back. You'll time them out, and they'll be right back. And it's going, okay, you're the same person. Shut up. Get out of here. Boop. And so you learn the gist of what's going on. Elaine, top moderators, yes. I mean, you have that one that says, okay, that's fine. Let it go, let it slide. I personally have not seen. I don't see your reported. That goes to YouTube, as far as I know. I've never seen a report. Um, I do, like I said, if you report them, that's a YouTube thing, and they can get, if they find it deemable, yeah, they can get in trouble. Yeah, YouTube is very, very careful about personal identity and stuff like that. I mean, when you report somebody, you're reporting what happened, and they'll never use your name. And you're not even it's anonymous. You know, for instance, for some reason, when I had just started my Twitter account back when it was actually still Twitter. I hadn't had my account, built it up. About 6 months later, I got hacked, banned, whatever. To this day, I still don't know. I had to recreate a new one, and somebody called me out. out on something and they didn't like, and I got popped, and I just said, well, screw that, you know, I'll just start another one. But you know, you never know. It's the world we live in. So the best way, and this is kind of where Discord comes into play. You can get on Discord, okay, and you can like I have a Discord channel, guys. All right, and I keep my DMs open for that reason. I may not see it until, you know, I may miss it. Like if we're chasing and you DM me, I'm not going to answer it, obviously. But if you know, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what everybody else is, but if I get a DM, I read all my DMs. Uh, on Facebook and whatever, I will read it and I'll go, okay, hey, you know, as long as you can give me the information the next time that person's in, I will be watching them like a hawk. Now, I know for this channel, that's the way I do things, and I encourage people, if you got a grievance against somebody, I want to know about it. I want to know what's going on. That's just knowing your business, knowing your channel, knowing, how people are doing. Because if somebody is in that chat at that particular time and they're bad mouthing and one of my moderators misses it, keep it out of chat, but DM me or one of my moderators in Discord privately. Keep it private and let them know what's going on. That's kind of the best way to handle that. Because I talk to my moderators, on Discord and on Facebook Messenger quite a bit. So it's my 2 cents worth. Yeah. Yeah. If you're reporting straight to YouTube. That information as moderator, even as a channel operator, we don't get those at all. At all. Everybody hanging in there high and tight tonight. Everybody's kind of now relaxed, got all the, everybody went to bed. This is the night owl, the night crew. Nice. The night crew. Let's see. What's happening? What's happening in the news? Anything? Crazy. Craziness. what's happening in the world of news. Hey, Dylan. Welcome into the chat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. No, we're not asleep. Not asleep at all. We're just being very chilled out, very relaxed. Trust me, if I had something to drink, you would know it. No, we're just chilling. Probably gonna let that fire die down. I don't think I'm gonna put no more on it for tonight. Got a little bit longer. I'm gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom here in a minute. Got a code yellow happening pretty soon. I can feel it. Now we're just being real chill. Real. My Holly sitting underneath the chair. Pup passed out by the fire. Casey's over there laying on the ground. Wait, the bone thing. Happy. Let's see here. No, we're not there yet. It's not August here yet. It's August somewhere. Yeah, I got to do a bio break here in a minute. God, it's a full moon. Yeah, if it's supposed to rain, man, I am not seeing it. There ain't gonna rain tonight. It's so funny anymore. People at work. What? Why? When's it gonna? Last person, it was so funny. She comes up. She goes, Justin, when's it gonna rain? I go, your guess is as good as mine. It ain't gonna rain anytime soon. What? It's so hot. And I looked at her and I go, well, what are you gonna do when it really gets hot? And all the time asking me at work, when's it gonna rain? Never. We're gonna roast and bake until we can't bake no more. Then we're gonna roast some more. Yeah, I'm done with the heat. I'm ready for it to cool down. Alrighty, guys, give me just a few minutes. I gotta go do a bio break. Be back. Enjoy yourselves. Holly. She's telling you guys to straighten up. She's up on the porch. Come here, Holly. Come on, girl. Come on. Oh, what'd I miss? What'd you all get into? Oh. Yeah, she's supervisor. She's my supervisor. I threw one more log on. I said, why not? Mutt Maud. Yeah, she's a good one. Fearless little cuss. Uh-oh. Lane, you're hearing thunder? I better go look. See what's going on for you. Last time I looked, I know where you're at. I didn't really see much anything. Let's see, you are up there. I don't know where you're hearing thunder at. Yeah, the biggest storm now is just absolutely north of Mountain View. Kind of trying to make a line. It's almost to Pocahontas, coming into Walnut Ridge area. That is all I see as far as lightning. We've got a little blip due west of Heber Springs, just very south of Clinton. And that really is about it as far as anything. So could be some thunder out there that I'm not hearing. It's not picking up on radar. There's actually chasers out there breathing. Melbourne. Storm's about to hit Melbourne. It's got a lot of lightning in it. It might be what you're hearing. Yep. Well, Elaine, do me a favor. Get the big fans out and blow that rain down here, please. Please. I would love to be able to do a stream and it just start raining. Moist. Guys, if you haven't checked out my merchandise store online, please do so. I actually have T-shirts that says "It's Moisty." Go check it out. I think you'll find it very, very funny. But I do have a merchandise line out there online. Everything is dedicated to Arkansas. There's a C-130 on there. There's actually one that says Chase On, which is kind of my moniker. And the radar that you see, now my Husky and Holly are fighting. On there you'll see the radar with the red polygon. That is actually the red polygon of the tornado that hit Little Rock. And there's some other there's some other fun stuff in there. Mr. Twisty, Squirrel, Sparky says, come here, Mr. Twisty. Throwing an acorn at it. Some fun stuff. But go check it out. Man, I wish my yard was soggy. Yeah, we haven't had rain in so long. I forgot what rain looks like. We've had sprinkles, and that's about it. Nothing really to write home about. But it's been fun. It's been fun. On those roads. What you doing, Rosie girl? Huh? What you doing, Rose? Huh? What you doing, Rosers? Going down. Makes me wonder if there's that cold front isn't creeping in. Where's that cold front at? Well, to be quite honest, what is that? Well, we got a cold front to our west, and we got some sort of stationary boundary to our east. We might get a little bit of wind. We might actually get some wind out of this. I'm not seeing it. A little breezy. It has cooled down quite a bit. It's 88, and it actually is nice and comfortable out here. Nice and comfortable. I gotta go check something out. Woo-hoo. Happy August, everybody. Hey, again. Thank you, Garrett. Gained a few subscribers. That's awesome. Guys, I am 4 subscribers away from 2,160. Can I get 4 subscribers? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, Julie, you're going to be for another couple hours. Nice, 85. Yeah, there's a cold front right very close to you, Tammy. Dang. Yeah, well, that's all they give me. That's as far as it goes. Well, you could always buy 2 and sew them together. Make it. There you go. That's an idea. Yeah, you've got a cold front. Let me look again. So there's a, well, no, maybe not. Well, yeah, you're on the right side of that cold front. That cold front actually drapes down uh, Oklahoma. It's south of McAllister, almost into Fort Smith. It goes up through Mountain Home, and then there's a stationary boundary over Paragould, over Memphis. So we might get a little bit of wind tonight. I don't know. I'm feeling gusty little breezes, but nothing major. Enough to cool it down. Um, so yeah, you're on the north side of that. So yeah, you should be cooling down pretty darn good. Most certainly. There you go, Shane. Autocorrect. Gotta love autocorrect. It's all right. Totally understand. I'm just listening for nighttime noises because every now and then the coyotes will be out and around, and or you'll hear owls. And if my dogs start barking for whatever reason, that means there's a raccoon or a possum somewhere. It could be a deer out in the pasture too. If Rose takes off, start barking, you know something's up. Oh, you are. Wind today, and it hasn't come. I don't think it's going to. There's the holly bugs. What you doing, girl? Hush. You're just barking at the moon. I know what you're doing. You're doing it because you know you can. Where did you go? You little stinker. You little stinkers. Yeah, she's barking at the moon. I don't know what she's barking at. She's just barking because she can. Yeah, right, bud. Yeah, right, baby. Thank God she ain't howling. My husky, I'm surprised she ain't howling. She got a she's got a funny howl. It's so hilarious. She hasn't quite figured it out yet. Yeah, good little fire, guys. We got up to 15 likes. Yay! Yay! Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, Holly is half uh, miniature dachshund and half Pomeranian, miniature pom. She's got a mouth on her, and she ain't afraid to use it. Are you, girl? She's my protector. Are you my protector? You tell me what's going on. Mm-hmm. Yep. What? Silly girl. Silly girl. Could be a werewolf. There could be one out there prowling around. I'm thinking more along the lines of Bigfoot prowling. By the way, guys, when I get down to Hot Springs, that's Bigfoot country down there. Yep, she's a palm weenie. A weenie palm. There's my cat. Holly went and chased my cat out. Did you go find Stormers, huh? Good girl. Good girl. I'm about to get attacked by a cat now. Hi, Stormers. Oh, yeah, tell me about it. What happened with Bigfoot in the news? Yeah, what happened? Come on, get up. Come on, get up here. Not you, Rose. Good Lord. I'm being attacked by Rose, my big German Shepherd mix. Rose, get out of here. Come on, go lay down. Go on. You cannot go through there. Go. Get out of here. Careful. Good girl. Get. No. No. Now stop. Rose. There you go. So what happened with Bigfoot in the news? What did I miss? Yes, they were. They were very good at it. They were also badger hunters and mousers. Great mousers outside. And small rodent, burrowing rodents. Yep. Nah, she laid down. She gave in. She gave in. She got to get. She's so funny. We got a kiddie pool out here just for her to go play in when it's like it's kind of funny. Huh? Credible evidence up in New York? Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Do me a favor if you can find that, Lori. Are you on Discord? If you're not, uh, shoot it over and just put it in the general tab or somewhere. I'd like to look at it. I'd love to see that report. My son, now David is big time into Bigfoot. He's actually done some research on it and stuff like that, and has found it to be very uh, some evidence that people have kind of misunderstood, and that he's done a lot of started getting. Oh, I just saw lightning. That's a first. We might get something. I just saw a flash. I don't know if you guys saw it or not on the stream. Hmm. Wow. We'll let it come to us if it does. But I'm gonna tell you, if we get lightning, I'm gonna have to pull the plug on the stream, guys, and because I got to get all this electrical stuff in the house, camera and phone and cords and stuff. So if it gets really bad, we'll end the stream there. Okay, just kind of a heads up. We're not ending the stream by any stretch. I want to let this thing do its thing. But if that were to come down to that, I'd have to go in. Yeah, I'm starting to see flashes. That's what I'm waiting for, guys. Go chase it. Go chase it. Well, now I got to look at radar. Oh my. Oh my. This thing could be something. I'll be darned. Believe it or not, that flash of lightning from where I am at, it's a little storm. Almost show you. Close it out, but I don't know. And that's that lightning we saw. You can see how far away it was. That is actually about, ooh, that's up in Clinton. That's about an hour away from us. It ain't gonna get to me. We'll sit and watch lightning though. See what this thing can do. Wouldn't be too surprised. See how far away it is here. Let's see. Get my measure stick out. Well, 44 miles away. Drive time is about 30 minutes, 40 minutes maybe. Never know. It could. Holly. Yeah, it's north. It's kind of northwest of my location, and it's headed for Heber Springs. Conway's about 45 minutes. Yeah, I just saw another flash. Be fun. We'll watch it. We'll watch it from right here. It's what I live for. I live for thunder and lightning. Yeah, from where I'm at, yeah. closer to Conway because Conway is actually north and west of my location, actually. Up by a little bit, not by much. The little storm that could. It's gonna go, it's tracking almost due west. Heber Springs are gonna get it. They should be having lightning right now. So if it's on the lake up there, you might consider getting off the lake. If you're in a tent, you're gonna want to pay attention to it. Definitely would. If there's anybody, Cave City, you might be under the gun here in another 30 minutes or so. You're gonna have some lightning, some good rain. That's about it. Nothing major, guys. Nothing major. Ooh. So guys, if you're on Radar Omega, get on a Radar Omega and go look at some of the cameras that are up around Poplar Bluff and that. Kind of cool. That's what I was looking at. There's 3 cameras up there. One of them's right in the middle of a storm. One's fixing to come into a storm. Seems to be a good place. Pocahontas is under the gun right now. He's got a pretty good little rain shower with some lightning to your north. Walnut Ridge, yeah, you're gonna get some rain. That little storm down by Heber Springs, guys, it's pitting lightning approximately, let me, from the center of the storm to the lightning bolt. It's shooting lightning 7.5 miles west of that, so it's on the backside, which makes sense. Out away from the storm itself. Kind of interesting. Shane, this is part of an oak tree. This is all what we call pin oak. This is part of a tree that fell back a year, 2 years ago. I've been 2 years trying to burn all this wood up. I had a 42-inch in diameter tree that was 75 to 100 foot tall get blown over in a straight line wind that took down another tree that we had already trimmed back because it was leaning. And this is kind of the leftovers. I've been burning wood for the last 2 years. I've still got wood. I've still got another tree that I got to cut up and burn up, but it's oak. That's why it burns hot. And I used to cut it up into 18-inch logs, and I said, screw that. I'm doing it in 4 and 5 foot logs so I can get it burned up a little quicker. And all of the wood that you see burning in and around that's what that's from. I've got a 5 foot by 42-inch diameter log sitting in my driveway that I got to figure out how I'm going to get cut up. Got to just whittle on it and with the chainsaw. If I decide, I mean, it's so big that a tractor can't pick it up. That's how big it is. It's monstrous. It probably weighs about 3, 4, 5,000 pounds. Yeah, a big tree. If you want to go back, if you want to, I did a video of the tree that fell. I called it the end of an era. You can go back and watch the video. It's about a 30-minute video of my stepson and his buddy out here cutting this tree up. The tree actually missed my house by about 8 foot of wiping me out. It did. It caught my well house, obliterated it, which I've not even replaced, but could be replaced. Still functions. Yeah, we had some 80, it was about 70, 80 mile an hour straight line wind come through. That was in May, 2 years ago, April, May, something like that. But yeah, you can go back and look at it and watch the video. It's kind of cool. But it's taken me now to where I've almost got my yard back. I've still got logs laying around. I get out and cut them up and throw them on my burn pile. I've got another one that you can't really see. That thing is, he's probably 2 foot by about 3 foot around. It was the Y section of 2 branches. That thing takes about 3 of us to get moved over onto the fire, which I'm gonna have to get the chainsaw out and go whittle on it a little bit just so I can move it. But yeah, everything I've been burning for the last 2 years is from that tree. So yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one. And the crazy thing is Tammy and the 2 boys were in the house when it fell, and they never heard it in the wind during that storm. They looked out and said, "Oh, tree's down." Oh, great. And I was at work, and come home, and I got this big ass tree laying out in my yard, just obliterated everything around it. But she was about 75 to 100 foot tall. Beautiful. I mean, she was beautiful. 42. We measured it. She's 42 inches in diameter. Kind of fun. But yeah, it's all oak. I've tried giving it away. I've tried selling it. Nobody wants it. So I'm like, okay, we'll burn it. It took my stepson. He had how big was his? 25, 30 foot flatbed trailer, and he hauled off 3 trailer loads of lumber off that tree, and they were big. Put them on with the tractor, and he hauled off. I know he hauled off 2 or 3. I think it was three loads that he took off of it. Put it on his property. Yep. Yep, kind of fun. Kind of scary, actually. But yeah. Yeah, it tore up my, it took a 6 foot branch from the other tree and drove it into the ground. I mean, it pile drove it into the ground 6 foot. We have since dug that out, and it buried it hit my water line, my main water line to the house. The ground, and we have never found it. We dug that night trying to find where the water line was. We never found it. We still haven't found it. I had to go, I hand dug a 175 foot trench, 2 foot deep, from the house to the water main by hand. Took a vacation, took me a week to do that. And I never did find the water line. Never found it. That's what's crazy. Yeah, it was something. Yeah. You'll see it in the video. You'll see the branch I'm talking about in the ground, pretty sure. Yeah, it's called the End of an Era. End of an Era. Because I really thought that tree had been around a lot longer than what I had anticipated, and sat and did the math, and it's 42 inches. Tried to count the rings. I couldn't even count the rings in it. But we figured that the house was built in 74, so that tree was at least 74, and that the tree was probably sprouted somewhere back in the 60s, probably, if not the 50s. So, 60, 70, 80-year-old tree. I thought it was a lot older by how big it was. And talking to people that know this house and know this area, and they said, no, that tree probably was around the 1960s when it come up out of the ground and sprout. I've been wanting the thing cut down for a long time. Yeah, probably around the 50s, because this house was built back in 74, and all of the trees I have in my yard are old growth. That same year, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I lost another one to a windstorm and it was 3 foot around. I had a big, massive tree out in my pasture, and I believe it was bigger than this tree. It got hit by lightning, and the branch that it blew off, the main branch out of the top of the tree was 2 foot around in diameter, and it blew it about 15 feet away from the tree. It's still sitting out there. I mean, like I said, if I were going to stay here, I would never run out of firewood. I've got firewood coming out my butt, but it's sitting out there. Shush! You be quiet. You just scared the crap out of me. You be quiet. Hush. You be quiet. They're leaving. Some neighbors. Yeah, she scared me. I didn't realize she was under my chair. She's like that. Well, all of my dogs are black. So at night you can't see them, and if I get out around that fire, I can't see them. I've stepped on them by accident. Like, okay, where are you guys at? Usually I have a flashlight out there, but tonight now we got the moon. Waiting for the moon to come up. It's actually getting pretty light out here. I can see things. Yeah, it's the tree that went down out in the pasture. It is a true oak, uh, true oak tree. That thing was massive. Man, I was sad. That was one of my favorite trees on this whole property. I got 5 acres, and I had 14 large trees. 7 of them are right around the house. So, and then the others are all out in the pasture. And that was my favorite because she was so big. She was beautiful. Yep. Moon's coming up. Yep. Now we've been going for that long. 125 minutes. That's almost 2.5 hours. Wow. I'm gonna let this fire die down enough. Let that new log kind of burn up a little bit. Might go scoot him over. Yep, I've lost the lightning. I ain't seen any lightning for a while. What's going on with that little blip? Check it out. No, it's still blipping. It's just not tossing out any lightning. And it is now headed straight for Heber Springs. Almost to the lake. They should be seeing, what like is that? Almost right to the lake. Heber Springs, be on the lookout. You're going to get rained on. It is so not headed for me. Can't say it's really dying. There's another little blip right to just to the southwest of it. If that could get going, that might. Still a little bit too far north. Huh?
You don't have black one.
Oh, I got. Yeah, you're right. I miscalled that. I've got a husky, and she's white and gray.
It's just close to the
Yeah. Still can't see her. Shine light. Let me get some light on here. See her. That's my husky. Maya. She don't listen for a hoot. Maya. There's my baby. Nice, Elaine. Nice. Send it my way, please. I want some. I need some rain. We need rain. Get out of there. Get. Thank you. Good girl. Yes. Good baby. Yes. You can chew on me a little bit. Yes. Thank you for the love. Yes. That is Maya. Maya the husky. That's Mama's girl. Yes, they have very selective hearing. They have no hearing. She does not listen to nobody until the fly swatter comes out. And then she starts listening. Very selective hearing. She's a hoot though. She's funny.
Hey, Rosie girl. Hey, baby. My baby's up.
Well, cats have selective hearing too. Cats have selective hearing as well. Unless they want food. Huh?
What about the cat?
Selective hearing. Shane said that they have selective hearing. Yes, they do. Unless they want food, and then they're all up in your face. However, mine, on the other hand, he's got to be in my lap. He is totally mine. Comes up and grooms me, grooms my beard and that. Got to lay all over me and crazy. I think sometimes he's a dog.
Hey, you're hot, baby. Why don't you go in and get some water?
She's been laying out here. That ground might be a little, might have cooled off. It's just hot out here. It's cooled down a lot though. It's not near as bad. Northwestern Colorado. Right on.
She bugs me. If I'm in the house, she's in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I come out here, she comes out.
Yep. Joey, Joey, your cat has selected their, yeah, they're like that. They're funny. They're funny. But boy, they let you know when they want food.
Or they let you know when somebody's around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But she talks.
Oh, she's, yeah. Maya's a talker. She's so funny, though. She'll talk back to you. That's the funny part. She talks back to you. You tell her, don't you talk back to me, and she'll start on it again.
Or she'll let you know when she's home. Because she'll yell for mama.
Yeah. She's a hoot.
Maya.
The older I get, yeah, my selective hearing works pretty good. Anymore, when just my filters are off, and I'm just going to tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. I got to go fix the fire, guys. I'll be right back. Get this stuff knocked down. Don't step on the boat.
Maya, come here. Maya. Come here. You don't need to go over there. No, you don't need to go over there with Daddy. Daddy's messing with that fire. What, Rose girl? I know you're hot. Hey. You don't need to get by there. Come on. Watch it, you guys.
All right, guys, go lay down. Go on. Get.
Okay, Daddy's up. Now lay down.
Lay down.
Rose, lay down.
Roper. No. Go on, Rose. Go on. Go. Go lay down. Thank you.
Maya, lay down.
Let's see. Give you all a tour of the other pups.
Here's Roper.
That's Roper.
That's Mama's baby.
Yeah, it's Roper. He's Cowboy Corgi. He's Blue Heeler and Corgi. Roper, say hi. Say hi. Casey must be in the house.
Yes, he's in your chair.
Passed out. Yep.
Yeah, you came in hot, really hot.
Yeah. Welcome back, Julie. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What are you doing? You're trying to get into trouble.
Yeah.
My hat. Thank you for letting me know my hat was here, baby. You're hot.
You got the other one right underneath the tooth.
Oh, that's why she's under there, trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. Poor baby. So that's my dog crew. I got a. He's in the house. Passed out.
Oh, we got 2 of them.
Name. Whoa, Rose, what are you doing? Rose just laid over and almost knocked everything off my little table. Yeah, Roper is the cowboy corgi, and he is all shit and vinegar.
He's
Very
3.
protective. Huh?
He's 3.
Yeah, he's 3-year-old.
3 or 4.
Yep. Yep. They all come out. They like it out here.
Rose is 6.
Yeah, Rose is 6.
Casey's 8.
Casey's 8.
Maya's a year.
Maya's a year. Holly's 2.
Or wait a minute. No, Holly ain't no year.
Holly is 2.
Holly's 2.
2. Roper's 3. And then we got another one, Cody. He's in with David asleep.
He's 6.
He is a wire-haired terrier mix, wiener dog.
He's a mixture.
Hey, Marcy. Somebody earlier in chat was asking about you in my other stream. Oh, hey, Marcy. Guess what? Stormrunner Media rated us on our other stream before I lost it. Yeah, we had a record tonight. We had over 600 people in the chat.
700.
700 people in the chat. So, yeah, pretty cool. Thought I'd share that. Good to have you. I'm glad. I hope you're doing all right, Marcy. Glad to see you. We're just chilling, not doing a whole lot. Just kind of letting this fire kind of die out. I'm trying to get that branch to break in half. And
I can't remember when Mother's Day was.
May.
May.
Yeah, May. April,
June,
May.
July, August.
She's 6 months.
Yeah, no, she's 5 months.
5 months. Yeah, Maya's only 5 months old. Got her for Mother's Day.
That was my Mother's Day.
No, there she goes. Oh. She wants to play.
No, she's talking to Roper. He's got something that she wants.
Stick. Goof dog.
She looks a little bit coyote at night.
Yeah, she looks like a coyote at night. She really does.
Really, I don't think she's going to be a really big dog.
Oh man, I bet that was crazy. I didn't even know DL was streaming.
Honey,
Huh?
I don't think she's going to be that big.
No, I don't even.
She don't have big paws like the other ones do.
Trying to figure out what's going on. What you guys doing?
Digging out rocks.
Digging
at
rocks.
the ground.
Digging up rocks.
There's Casey.
There's Kaser boy. He won't come off the porch.
Casey, what are you doing? Oh, he ain't.
Well.
That's because Mama's out here.
Oh, it's on his other channel? I gotcha.
See, there you go.
There's Casers. Butters. Come out to join the party? Huh?
Yeah, because Mama's out here.
You woke up? Good boy. Good boy. Oh, I bet it was chaos. I'll bet it was. Yeah, it was kind of it wasn't real bad when Garrett raided us. I mean, it got busy. I couldn't keep up with everybody. Chat was flying like normal. And then then it was funny because my phone, one of the dogs got tangled up in the cords, and I thought I'd plugged it back in, and thought it was charging, and it was not charging. So the phone, not only did the phone die, it overheated, and so it took me like 10 minutes to get everything back, and I lost the stream. And I was like, well, people are still in it.
Okay, Holly, where are you?
She's right here.
Okay.
And so here we are. Part 2. We've been going for like 2.5 hours now. Something like that. So, oh, you sent me a message? All right. I'll go. I haven't even looked. I don't have my sound up, so let me go look at your message real quick. Oh. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have my volume up, so I would never heard it. Thank you, though. These dogs. There's something. Well.
No, you're gonna let this burn.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it burn for a little bit more.
I'm going back in the house.
Yeah.
Ready, guys? Are my kids ready? Let's go.
Roper's ready.
That's Maya.
There comes Maya's. Casey, you gonna go in? No, Casey not going in. That's funny. Yeah, the first one I started at 8, and it went right up until about 2,200, about 11, something like that. And then it died, and it took me about 10, 15 minutes to get back, and I totally lost the stream, which is unfortunate because that was a lot of fun. Most we've ever had on a fireside chat, and that right there is exactly where I wish this fireside chat would be, because it is a lot of fun, because it is all about chatting and talking about weird things, and there was a question. Oh, I got this. I want to have a little fun before we take off. So, a lot of folks in here are under the gun of heat. I know Tammy is. I know we are. I know Marcy is. D-Man, I know, has been under the heat gun. So I'm gonna say a phrase, and in the chat, I want you to finish it however you want to finish it. Okay? So here's the phrase, and I'll repeat it a couple times so you hear it. It's so hot outside, blank. Fill in the blank. I don't care what you put in there. It's so hot, blank. Fill in the blank. Have some fun with this heat melting pot that we're all in. It's so hot, blank. Fill in the blank. I'm gonna go fix that one branch that's hanging over. Be right back. It's so hot. Fill in the blank. I've actually melted my shoes before on a roof one time up in Wyoming. I know how that is. My shoes melted on the pavement. Fry eggs on the sidewalk, yeah. Oh, why is that? Too hot out there? Melts the wheels? I wouldn't doubt it. So, yes, I got the ice down the back treatment. Actually felt good until it went kind of a little bit too far. That was kind of unnerving. The hummingbirds are blowing on the feeder. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, thin air? Really? Thin air, huh? I'd have never guessed that. I didn't know you could have thin air. I guess, no, I've never heard of that. I have to look into that. I've never come across that. Oh, not an, oh, the air's too light. Okay. I've never heard of that, actually. Huh. Is that because, that's got to be caused because it's so hot? There's nothing, the air is just kind of stagnant? Is that what causes that? I'd like to know what causes thin air. I've never heard of thin air because usually when you think of thin air, you're like on the top of Mount Everest or you're up in the mountains somewhere because that's where you get thin air. Huh. Ooh, 120. Okay. I don't feel so bad. It's only 99 to 100 here and it's hot. Can you imagine? Marcy lives in Arizona, guys. That's freaking hot. I have been in that kind of heat before and that is blazing. That is blazing hot. Absolutely excruciating. That's when you walk outside and feel your nose hairs curl up and turn to dust. Wow. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Okay. So there's zero humidity. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I know I've never quite heard it that way, but that does make sense. Yeah, it's a number. You know, I did ask the question earlier at what temperature is hot? And you know the thing is at when once it gets to 100, 99, 100, it doesn't matter what it could be 110, 120 out. It's just hot. You know, heat is relative, and it's relative to who you are, where you're at, and what's going on. You know, some places 60 degrees is hot. You know, you imagine being at the Antarctic and it turns 60 degrees. It would be sweltering up there. Alrighty, Tammy. Hey, Chasing. You was lurking, huh? Well, glad you jumped in the chat. If you decide to go to bed, have a great night. Get some rest. Oh, you're going to be chasing tomorrow, huh? Sweet. Good luck. Be safe. Be looking for you out there. Nice. Holler at me on Discord if you need any help with anything. I'll be at work, but I can always pitch in some help if you need. Figure stuff out. I haven't, like I said, I haven't even looked at models. I couldn't even tell you what it's going to do tomorrow, let alone a couple days from now. Where are you going to be chasing tomorrow? Oh, are you going to be in Kentucky over in that area? Because tornado threat. Where's the tornado threat? Tornado threat, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky. All right. What part of Kentucky? Because I used to live in Kentucky. What part of Kentucky to live in without disclosing everything? I used to work in Winchester, Lexington area, South Central. Gotcha. Yeah, I used to live up in Montgomery County. Up there. Spent a lot of time. I spent 11 years in Kentucky. Back in the day. Pulaski? Okay, I got you. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Yep. I used to run all over up in them hills, down in them hills. East Central Kentucky. Had some pretty wild experiences up there. Pretty scary ones too, to say the least. Yeah, anytime you get a chance to chase that close to home, that's always a lot of fun. Just be careful. Be careful. Have your escape routes already planned out. Wherever you target, have your escape routes. I actually went through, where Stanton, Kentucky is. Phone might be getting hot. But yeah, I lived in Stanton, and we actually had 2 tornadoes. Not that hot. Oh, Lord. Oh, well. All right, guys, I am gonna go cool the phone off. If you guys want to stay out a little bit longer, I'll leave it up to you guys because this is your chat. I can be back in about 2 or 3 minutes, get the phone cooled off enough, or we can stay out, or I can end it. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. What would you like to do? But if the stream holds, we're golden. I'll let it go. Give it a minute or two and see what happens. Yeah, I've seen. I used to live up there in Kentucky back in the '90s, and I remember a bunch of straight line winds hit Lexington one time and absolutely obliterated downtown Lexington. And I remember one time I used to work at Lowe's there in Winchester, and we had tornado warnings all over the place. And I remember, I loved weather back then even, and I was out one day, and it was so weird. The day was so quiet and calm, and there was this one little cloud, and it looked like a big feather. And all of a sudden, the feather on both ends of it looked like it had fingers. And um, the two, and one on the left side and one on the right side, started doing a barrel roll. And all of a sudden, I had this big, huge, huge sycamore leaf come falling out of the sky with no wind. And I was like, uh-oh, we're in for something. Well, it was about 5 or 6 o'clock at night that night, and I was out pushing carts in, and this guy had a TV. We sold TVs back then, and this guy had a TV in a shopping cart, and a bolt of lightning out of nowhere come straight over my head and hit the building up and blew up the garden center. I chucked that shopping cart out of my hand. I hit the ground, covered my head, and he's sitting there laughing at me. He goes, "What'd you do that for?" And I said, "Because that bolt of lightning could have hit me, and it would have probably killed me and you." And he started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, you'll be laughing." And so I got back inside, and about that time, the tornado sirens went off, and they had twins in Lexington on the outer loop of Lexington, and Lexington was 16 miles away, and those tornadoes were coming at me, and one of them lifted. It was I believe it was on the ground, and it lifted just before it got to my store, and the rotation went over our store. And I remember putting my hand up because that's all I had. I was up on the big plate glass windows of the store, and I was feeling the vibration. I said, "Okay, guys, it's getting here, it's getting here." And I was feeling pressure, because pressure makes your windows do that. And that vibration, it was knocking that window about a quarter of an inch, half inch off, it was bowing it out and, flexing. And I said, "Everybody get behind the wall, get behind the wall." And I took about 3 steps, and it was like a big vacuum cleaner. You open up your mouth, you could feel the pressure. It was just like being inside of a big vacuum cleaner. And it was like everybody just went like that, and the roof lifted off the building. It rose, and then it slapped back down, and I went, "Oh shit, what's going on?" And I remember looking out, and a bolt of lightning, and there was a big freaking wedge tornado on the other side. And I sat and watched it track. That would have been going east. And I said, "Oh yeah, that was the rotation of a tornado," and it wasn't on the ground. But I'd heard, later that week, I was talking to a buddy of mine that works over in one of the stores over in Lexington, and he says, "Yeah," because they were just building one of the big stores, and he goes, "Yeah," he says, it had displaced the I-beams of the building that they were building, and knocked them all about a foot off of where they were laying. I'm like, great. And he said, "Yeah," he says, "I was in my old store, and I was on a forklift when I saw it." And he says, "Man, I jumped off that forklift, and he says, I never ran so fast in my life." Got in the building. Didn't hurt where he was at, but he said, "Yeah, it was massive," and that was the one that came over top of us, and it had briefly lifted, and then it briefly touched back down, and then it lifted up. And I don't think it got anything, because it followed, what was the road? It was I-64, I think that's what goes through Winchester. in that. And yeah, that was the one tornado that I can honestly say I'd been in and I paid attention to it. And I knew it was going to do something. I just didn't know what it was going to do and how bad it was going to be. But yeah, I've always loved weather. Fascinating. I've been in lightning. I've been within 15 feet of being hit by lightning outside before up in Kentucky, and on a sunny day had a lightning bolt come off of a big anvil. It was 75 miles away. Scared the living crap out. I thought I was dead. I was in my fishing boat, little 12-foot V-hull aluminum boat, cleaning it out, and all of a sudden, boom! And I mean, it was like a cannon. I couldn't hear anything, and I crawled out. I was like, well, I'm still alive, and we're good, and I crawled out, and I literally crawled into the house and I bawled for like 30 minutes. I mean, I thought I was dead. And I went back and I looked at the building. It hit a metal shed. And I was like, wow, it hit the shed, but you expect, as big as a lightning bolt is, you expect to see a big burn hole. And I looked out and there was a pinhole about the size of a number 2 pencil lead, and it hit the concrete, and you could see the burn mark in the concrete. It melted the concrete. And I was literally less than 15 foot away from it in an aluminum boat. I'm like, scary business. I've had a bunch of close calls with lightning. But I've always loved weather. Even out there, before I moved, I was going to go train to be a spotter. So yeah, if do you know? Make your brain a little bit about Kentucky. Have you ever heard of Loch 11 up there on the Kentucky River? If you know where that is, I had a very frightening experience up on that loch. I was fishing up there, and I heard thunder, and I had my line in the water and fishing for drum, and I heard the thunder, and I started counting it out, and all of a sudden, man, that thunder got really close. I picked up my rod, grabbed my gear, left the fish in the water that I'd caught, and I ran into the lock house, which just happened to be open. And I kid you not, there was probably in a given, and it lasted about 15 minutes, there was probably 30, 40 lightning strikes per minute. And I was inside the building. I was like, man, I'm gonna die right here. I just curled up in a ball next to the wall and rode it out. And yeah, scary stuff. Yeah, that was my old stomping grounds up there, Loch 11. Used to go fishing up there a lot. Used to go all over fishing up there. So yeah, those are some scary times. And and here's the thing, guys. If I knew, and I'm being totally transparent. If I knew back then that storms had already been chasing storms, I would have dropped everything and chase the storms. Oh, Lake Cumberland. Yeah, I know Lake Cumberland. Yeah, I've actually fished on Lake Cumberland. Actually, I closed a store. I don't know if it's Lake Cumberland. I know where Cumberland Falls is at. Is that part of Lake Cumberland? I know where the caves are at down there too. What's the name of? What's the town? Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you're in Kentucky, you know. uh, um, oh man, gosh dang it, that darn town where Kentucky Fried Chicken was found. Um, daggone it. I gotta look at the map now. Now I gotta look at the map. Hang on, guys. I gotta look at the map because not Bowling Green, not Somerset, not London. Not Barberville, not Monticello. Danville. Not Somerset. Hope Village. Corbin, Kentucky. Yeah, I closed the old Lowe's store in Corbin, Kentucky. Yep. No, it wasn't London. I know London. No, it was Corbin, Kentucky. And that was something. You be quiet. Holly. That's enough. That's enough. You can be quiet. Ain't nobody gonna get me. Ooh, nice breeze. Yep. Got some good old memories. Got some funny stories. Funny stories. Sometime I'll have to share on the stream. You'll find them. They're a hoot. About Corbin, Kentucky. back in the 90s. But, yep, lots of funny stories. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, wow, that log caught on fire. That's how hot it is. That fire that you see that's closest to the camera, that just absolutely has just been burning along on the backside and just kind of crept up. That's how hot it is. This stuff is almost instantaneous combustion. Letting it burn down a little bit. We're gonna wind the show down here shortly. Give it a few minutes. Oh, nice. Nice. So who's doing your overlays? I'm Oh, Legacy? Yeah, he's good at it. He's done my overlays. Unfortunately, my computer, I don't have quite the setup yet. But yeah, Legacy does a great job. Noah's good at that. Yep. Well, I hope you have a very successful day tomorrow. I hope you stay safe. Have a multiple plan in place, and go catch a tornado. Throw it in the Discord. I want to see it. So are you gonna be streaming tomorrow? Julie. I'm gonna go find your channel. Gotcha. Well, I just subscribed to you. help him out. And that's Chasing for a Cause's YouTube channel. Go help him out. You're doing good if you just started out. But yeah, if you ever need anything, look me up on Discord and all of that. And if you have any streaming questions, I'm self-taught, so I've been doing this almost 3 years now, and see where I'm at. But I don't get out and chase a whole lot. I chase when I can. I got a 40-hour work week, and then chase when we can. Nice. But yeah, if you ever have any questions or anything, DM me. See if we can't get things figured out, because it can be very challenging if you've never streamed before. It's not easy. I have found that just streaming off of YouTube is a lot easier than using OBS in a computer. Trust me. I've done both, and until I can get a WeBoost, it doesn't work. And you gotta be able to have a home computer. You gotta have a pretty good computer sitting at home that's just dedicated to streaming, and then you can stream back to it and knock it out. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, Bellabox. Oh yeah, OBS. I use OBS. I've tried streaming through OBS, and a lot of it's because I have so many trees, and I do have Starlink, that it can't keep up. My streaming laptop is not the best, but I could do it if I really wanted to. But usually I'm run and gun anyways. When I start a stream, it's like go time. I throw it all together and never know when I'm going to start streaming, because our storms out here in Arkansas are so funky that you be quiet. Hey, if you're going to bark. And, because ours just kind of pop up out of nowhere. You never see them. Got to kind of wait for them to mature and that. But, yeah, if you got the setup, go for it, man. Go for it. You got it hooked up. Definitely. Alrighty, guys. I think we're going to shut this down in about 6 minutes. The fire's kind of good and died down. I could throw some water on it real quick and knock it out. Give it about 6 more minutes and call it a night. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's the easiest thing to do, is just stream off your phone. That's what I'm doing. I'm just streaming off my iPhone. If you got an iPhone, you know the drill. They overheat. And in this heat, tends to do funky things to them. Yeah, about 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes. Yeah. Get them started. Heck, I was there once, 2 years ago. I don't push it a whole lot. Hey, what are you barking at? You're interrupting. Hey, Holly. Holly. That's enough. That's enough. Thank you. You were gonna growl anyways. But yeah, because I don't chase a lot, that's why my channel's not growing a whole bunch. But it is what it is, and I don't catch tornadoes. I get into the tornado warnings and they disappear on me. We've seen a few. We've had our share of them. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Somebody asked a question. Kentucky in the South. Yes, even though actually it was not considered the South. It was on the Mason-Dixon line, which they were a border state. Um, some were, yes, South, but technically no, it was not. It was a border state. There were a lot of Civil War battles in the state of Kentucky. Um, there was a lot of they went in, and there were during the Civil War there were 16 county seats that were burned down. A lot of Confederates lived there, but they were a border state. Um, but yeah, there was a lot happening in Kentucky. Wild, very. It's a cool place. It's very beautiful. What I remember of it. Yeah, I hope everybody comes back. Next stream, I can't tell you when it's going to be. Like I said, we are going to be starting to get our act together here. We're going to be moving in the next 2 to 3 months. Moving down to Hot Springs. I got transferred to a brand new Home Depot down there, which is going to be taking up a lot of my time. And up until that point, probably won't be doing a whole lot of chasing, if any, just because there's no weather. But we'll continue to do fireside chats, guys. We'll continue to have them, and if when we get down there and get moved, wherever we land down there, if we can have them outside, we'll do them outside. Just depends. If not, I'll do them inside. Done that before. I'll do them off the laptop. So be looking for it. We'll still be doing them here right up until we do move. I got to get rid of this firewood somehow, and we will see you all on the next Fireside Chat. Thank you to all of my moderators who popped in today. It was great to see everybody. Huge shout out to Garrett and Stormrunner Media for rating my first stream that crashed. That was absolutely amazing. That was like the most I've ever had on a fireside chat. Guys, you're all more than welcome to come back. Thank you for smashing that like button. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. We've grown, and we're going to continue to grow. We've got a lot going on. As far as some other things, but I look forward to the next one. Hopefully it won't be as long because I haven't done one of these in like a month. But because of the heat and all of that, I gotta pay attention to what the weather, how hot it is. When it's these temperatures, I'm a little leery of having a fire out here because everything is a tinderbox, and I keep it very controlled. Fire, I'll be putting this fire out because if a gust of wind comes along, we'd be in a wildfire like none other, and I absolutely don't want to be a part of that. Thank you to everybody that showed up. Thank you for your continued support of this channel. We are growing, and all right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. You guys get some rest. Have a great night. God bless. Be safe. Be very weather aware. And if you're in this heat dome, stay hydrated. Good night, everybody. Take care.